Good morning. Welcome to Hobby Evolution. It's like Hangover Edition. We had so much Hobby Evolution on Tuesday. Oh, shit. Today's Wednesday, isn't it? I almost put, of course, it's trash day. I was thinking for a title. I'm like, oh, what, Thirsty Thursday, Throwback Thursday. Get cheap. Glad I didn't. I would have been wrong. Today is Wednesday, so if it's your trash day, get it out to the curb. I took mine out to the curb before we went live last night. We did what? Man, 2 hours. I think we went over 2 hours last night. So plenty of content to consume if you didn't see that. We did what, like an hour and a half yesterday morning. So a lot of Hobby Evolution on Tuesday for episode 1000. So here we are, episode 1001. What the hell am I going to talk about? What the hell am I going to talk about this morning? I'm going to talk about how retail sucks, man. I used to be like pro retail. And I'm going to tell you why I'm anti-retail now. In fact, I was going to say like retail because that's a clickbaity, whatever you do not buy retail. That's what I should have made up. Oh, he didn't. Oh, no, he didn't. One of those thumbnails. Whatever you do not buy retail. I'm one of those guys now. 5-6 years ago, there were guys that were saying that and gals too. And I'm like, no, go buy retail. But there's a reason. Things have changed in the last 5 years. 5 years ago, it was great to buy retail. 2 years ago, 3 years ago, it was great to buy retail because you could flip it and make money, buy stuff you wanted. That's what I never understood about people hating on flippers. Like, it's not like I'm flipping cards and like taking my hobby money and putting it into Bitcoin. I take that hobby money and I reinvest into the hobby. That's what I don't understand why people get upset with like new money, or because that money, it doesn't matter what kind of money it is. It's coming into the hobby and it's creating this bigger thing. And the more competition is good. Competition is good. So I never understood that. And I always, when cards were a side hustle, I'd spend, that was what was a lot of fun about cards as a side hustle. So if you're thinking about going into cards full time, it's not as fun. It's fun, not as fun. If you've ever run a business, is running a business fun? Not really. There are certainly fun aspects to it, but there's a lot of stressful aspects to it. It's not all fun and games. As a side hustle, it's a lot of fun. Well, until you have to pay your taxes, then it's not fun and games. But when it was a side hustle, I could go set up at the Madison Card Show, which is, by the way, yesterday I received a ton of like emails and messages, like boom, all of a sudden in one day, like on all platforms. Really weird. Madison Card Show, Saturday, October 28th. There is a lot of new interest in tables, so make sure to get those secured sooner than later. So yeah, Madison Card Show. I'd set up, I'd make $200-$300 on my quarter cards. I'd go and take 100 of it, go buy a Joe Tinker, something nice, for me, nice. And that's fun. That's fun. And I'm kind of going back, and I alluded to it yesterday, last night, trying to get back to my, because I got away from it. And if you've watched Hobby Evolution for, I don't know, when did I talk about this? Probably a year ago. I talked about I need to set some time because my hobby, baseball cards is still my hobby. It's just, it's a business first, hobby second. So my Cubs cards, that's still a hobby to me, Cubs cards. So about a year ago, I said, I'm going to designate like an hour a day, like say 4 o'clock. At 4 o'clock, it's basically the end of the workday, and I'm going to focus on my Cubs collection. And guess what I never did? I never set aside that 4 o'clock hour for my Cubs collection. So I'm trying to make a more concerted effort to spend time with my Cubs cards. Treat them like my child. it's daddy child time. It's time to take care of my kids. 1 hour a day. 1 hour a day. Take care of your kids. So I did that yesterday. I got some boxes. I've been logging my Ernie Banks, and I went through several boxes last night before the show, before our evening edition last night. Grabbed a spotted cow. Ooh, I want to talk about my trip to the liquor store. Grabbed a spotted cow, turned on some 90s music, and started sorting Cubs cards, man. Oh, it was so much fun. The stuff I find, because I forget I buy it and I just stuff it in a box, which is part fun for me. Like, I know a lot of people are like, well, I need to see it. Why do you want a collection of just boxes? That's just a collection of boxes. Well, there's cards inside, and you open the boxes and look at the cards. That's what happens. Binders are closed, like the same thing. I understand. I do love binders. But when they're like, they're not on display, and it's hard to display cards. Like, I've got almost 1 million Cubs cards. Those are my favorite 40. Actually, my favorite, like 38. Thanks to the T202s taking up double space. It's not easy to display, and it's not like you're going to plaster your walls. I've seen more and more of that on, I wanted to do that at my house in Macomb. So this would have been like 2000. I think it was before 2012 when Dave Arnold was on, who's in Macomb, and we set up at shows together. And I think it was when we were setting up at shows in Springfield, which would have been like 2007-ish, 2008. And I wanted to plaster. I had super small. My house in Macomb was about the size of this office, my rec room. That's probably it. I mean, it was super small. It was basically a 1-bedroom. I had a bedroom. I had a small bathroom. I had a small kitchen. I had a very small living room. The living room was smaller than this office. And then I had basically a secondary room, which served as another bedroom / laundry room. I had to retrofit a washer and dryer when I bought the house into this other bedroom. And that's it. So the laundry room / bedroom / card room, it was a card room, and then bedroom later on. I wanted to plaster the walls with cards. I had no idea. Can you imagine? I mean, especially 25-year-old Bo. 41-year-old Bo doesn't know shit about shit when it comes to building things and stuff. Manly stuff, like changing your oil. Can you imagine what dumbass 25-year-old Bo? I would have burned the house down. But I've seen that all of a sudden pop up in Facebook groups and stuff. People are putting cards on their walls. So anyway, I went through boxes. I found some cool stuff. I've resigned myself to just pull names, because I can go through it much faster. I don't have to be as organized doing such. But I do need to find a way to I need space. So when we were designing this house, before we tore it down and rebuilt it, we had a designer. My wife's friend is a designer. And she said something that has stuck with me since that conversation. And it was you don't want, oh man, what term did she use? You don't want spaces. Oh man, I'm drawing a blank. What's the let's just say multiple personalities. You don't want spaces to have multiple personalities, where I don't want this room to also be my shipping room. I don't want to ship out of this. This is kind of a staging area. It shouldn't be that room should be the staging area, but I knew that this would eventually become somewhat of a staging area for what I'm going to list on eBay. And I try to, yesterday, I'm okay, I need to start with a clean slate. I need to clean this room. I need to get the rec room cleaned up a little bit so I can like focus on Cubs and not have to worry about all this other crap that's just laying everywhere. So don't let your spaces have multiple personalities. My old house, I had to. I didn't have space. I didn't have enough space. Now I have plenty of space. So I want to have, okay, this section is for outgoing bulk. Okay, when I talk to my bulk guy, hey man, do you want any cards? I load them up into the car. This is incoming. Goodwill pallet, I've got a shelf for it. Cubs have shelves. Problem is, I don't have an open shelf for sorted Cubs. Like everything is just in disarray. So I need to, I just need to do. I can. Now it's time to do with my sorting. Don't want to have multiple personality because that's why like George and I talk about how we have to delete our trading card database because we get disorganized. So I don't want to run into that problem again. So I'm having fun though. I'm finding joy with my cards because there's been a couple weeks now that it's just been like cards. So I've got some activities outside baseball cards planned for the next few days. It's Grandma's birthday tonight. I think it's 98th birthday. So we're going out, taking Grandma to dinner. Friday's my wife's birthday, taking her out to dinner. Going out of town Saturday for a wedding. Little bit of card action going on Saturday. Going to meet up Kyle in Freeport. I've got my NASCAR for him. Wedding. So nice little restart. And then some card shows at the end of the month. I'll be in Janesville Sunday, October 22nd. And then again, the Madison Card Show Saturday, October 28th. So I'm going to talk about retail and how retail sucks. I also want to touch on the my liquor store trip yesterday because I had to get some Spotted Cow. And before I get to the chat, though, I want to talk about I miss Quick Trip. I miss running to Quick Trip for my beer. Because Kelly's Market is not Quick Trip. There's a Kelly's Market is like the closest, and I've actually timed, and because Kelly's Market, like it's only a mile, and I mean it's an easy walk because I actually have, and in this neighborhood I actually have sidewalks that connect to Commerce, whereas when I was over here, I was like out in the middle of nowhere, even though just a couple miles out. This was a couple miles from nowhere. So I could walk to Kelly's Market if I were the walking type. I'm not the walking type. We are couch people. But I don't like going to Kelly's Market, man. There's two dudes that work in there, and they're nice guys. Nice guys. They remind me of clerks. Like these dudes are clerk. One guy is like just kind of seems like he's kind of in his own world. He's friendly, but he's like in his own world. Very quiet, like doesn't really talk. The other dude is like very outgoing, and he's kind of tall, like the one, like the video store guy in Clerks. And it just reminds me, they're there every single day. Like I've been going to Kelly's Market for what now, 3 months? These two dudes are there every single time I've been in that store. I have not seen another employee inside of this Kelly's Market. That's why it reminds me of Clerks. I miss Quick Trip. So I went to Quick Trip one time. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to drive out of my way. And I timed it. I like to time things. It's weird. It's this quirk I have. I like to, and fortunately my car has like a time, like you can reset how many miles, how much time it takes, tripometer or whatever the hell they call those. So I and it's actually not much further. There's only one stoplight between here and Quick Trip because it's like got to go through the country basically. There's only one stoplight, whereas even though it's only a mile, easily walkable, you got to get out of my neighborhood and it's kind of a busy, and I'm going left against a busy highway. If I go to Quick Trip, I go this way and I'm going right. So I don't have double the traffic. So I got to turn left. Then I hit a stoplight. And then I hit a second stoplight. Then I hit a third stoplight. I could avoid the third stoplight, turn right at the second stoplight, but then I'd be turning left against oncoming traffic on a somewhat busy road. So it's probably just sit at the stoplight. The third stoplight, I can turn right. But if there's cars ahead of me that are trying to get on the belt line, I've got to wait. So we're going to call it 3 stoplights. So that can if I hit reds, it's about the same amount of time. Okay, nobody cared. No, moving on. Nobody cared about my gas station trip. So that's my, and then I have a liquor store story. But let's get to the chat. We don't want to get too behind in the chat. David's in the house. What's going on? We're already 16 minutes behind. He says, "Good morning, except for us Orioles fans." That's a bummer, man. I am rooting for your Orioles. Are they down? I haven't followed any of the baseball games. First couple days, I'm like, hey, playoff baseball, turn it on the TV. And now it's like, I don't care. And now it's the teams, the first games, the first 2 days, I didn't really care about those teams. Now the Orioles and Braves, they're the teams I want in the World Series. And they're playing, and it's like, I don't care. Which this is not surprising. I don't care about playoff baseball if the Cubs are not in the playoffs. Where are we at? Tuesday, Houston beat Minnesota 9-1. So yesterday's games were blowouts. 9-1 Astros and 7-1 Rangers. Oh shit, the Baltimore Orioles lost? So they won that series? What the fuck? Well, that sucks. I don't want the Rangers to win. What the hell? It's only a best of 5? See, playoff baseball sucks unless the Cubs are in it. What the hell? Okay. So Minnesota's in danger of losing. They're down 2-1. Phillies and Braves are tied 1 apiece. Diamondbacks are up on the Dodgers 2-0. I like to see that. Hey, a 3-0 sweep of the Dodgers, I'd be very happy with that. Fucking Rangers. What the hell? I wanted the Orioles to win. Okay. Steve, what's happening? Happy Wednesday. Playoff baseball returns to Chase Field tonight. Can't wait. Wouldn't that be awesome? A sweep of the Dodgers. Hopefully, Steve, you get to see a Dodgers sweep tonight. Go Diamondbacks. Shane, what's happening? Good morning. Donald Davis, good morning. A long episode. Yeah, we went over 2 hours. It was, two hours and 20 minutes or something? I was like, I'm going to grab another spotted cow. And I'm like, shit, it's 9:20. It's like, I'm getting ready for it. I basically did. I went upstairs. I'm like, I better drink a glass of water. Actually, I did. I sat in the living room for a little bit before I went to bed. Victor's in the house. What's up? Good morning. Thank you very much, sir. Matty Ice is here. Good morning to you. A collector's dream. What's happening? Brian says retail is the only sports option I have. No, that is a very false statement. You have the internet at your you have the world at your hands. At your fingertips, you have the world at your fingertips. Blowoutcards.com, tops.com, you have hobby everywhere. So you have the world is your oyster. Herman's in the house. What's up? Good morning, Herman. Collector's Dream says hi to Matty Ice. Oh, we got a fist bump there. Joe J's in the house. What's up? Thank you, sir. Best method for shipping 30-plus cards. You betcha. 30-plus cards. Easy. Say these are your 30 cards. Sleeve each of them in a penny sleeve. Grab yourself a team bag. Put them in a team bag. Take some cardboard. Put cardboard on each side. Blue tape the cardboard to the team bag. Drop it in a bubble mailer. Good to go. Michael Renicky, what's happening? Good morning. Now, of course, let me go back to Joe's question. Now, if they're all like $50 cards, don't do that. I would, if they're depending on price, if they're dollar cards, do what I just said. If they're like $20 cards or $100 cards, put them each in top loaders, and then put them in a box. But if they're just $1 to $5 or even $10 cards, you can penny sleeve. Kind of once it gets over like $10, then I want to put them in top loaders and ship them. I would not, remember I'm team card saver. I do not recommend card savers in bubble mailers. I've had more damaged pack, and I ship, before I say my statement, I ship, this is anecdotal, but I probably ship almost 10 times the amount of plain white envelopes than I do bubble mailers. And I've had probably twice as many damaged cards in bubble mailers than I have white envelopes. So, and a couple of times it's because of card savers, even with cardboard around them. I highly recommend top loaders in bubble mailers. I highly recommend card savers in plain white envelopes for similar reasons. Michael Renicky, what's up? Good morning. Grinding for good. Happy hump day. It's trash day. Shane, get your trash out to the curb. Carlo does vintage. Good morning. Hobby News Daily. Ziggy No says congrats and here's to 2000 and beyond. Thank you, sir. George, what's happening? Good evening. Harlan's in the house. Good morning. Philly Joe is here. Thanks for the great live last night. Good conversation, laughs, and community togetherness. That's what we love. And thank you all for either tuning in or calling in. It was a good time last night. Happy Wednesday, Sages Sports World. I look at it as Christmas morning when looking through forgotten It is, and I like surprises. So it's fun for me to, hey, like I found like one of the boxes, I pull out a Justin Steele Prism Draft Picks blue numbered out of like 75. And it was just in a, like, basically I probably picked it out of a 50-cent box at some point because he was kind of a lost prospect for a few years. There was something I wanted to come. Oh, Chris, he said Christmas morning. So Uncle Rich talked about it yesterday, the Couch People Christmas party. Date has not yet been set. We did drop the link in last night's show. Just go to my channel and type in Couch People Christmas party. It should pop up. It's basically if you were not around last year for the Couch People Christmas party, it's very similar to what we did yesterday. It's just, you call in, we hang out. I rip some wax like I did last night, which I'm going to talk about how shitty retail is. But I'll still buy it because it's fun until it sucks. And then it's like, I'm never buying this. It's like a bad drunk. It's like, oh, this retail sucks after you open it. But guess what? It sucks you back in. You're in Walmart. I'm going to go look at the cards. Ooh, I'm going to buy this. And you're happy. And then you get drunk off the rip. And the next morning you wake up, I'm never doing this again. And a few days later, you do it again. That's ripping retail. So it's very similar, the Couch People Christmas party, to what we did yesterday. The 1000th episode is extravaganza. Links are there. You call in. We just hang out. We talk. It's just basically a big giant. It's like a Christmas party on the internet. That's what it is. We have our beers. We have our coffees. We have our waters, whatever. We have our wax. And we just nerd out on baseball cards. It's what we do. So obviously you'll hear more information as the weeks and months come closer to Christmas time. It's likely going to be either the first Saturday of December or the third, probably looking at that December 16th, I think, Saturday, December 16th. That's likely when we'll do the Couch People Christmas party. But I just need to confirm that with, other Christmas party, the Club 400 Christmas party I've got coming up, and just other stuff. So, but probably be that date. And then Uncle Rich is going to lead the gift exchange. We did that. It's $20, $25 limit, and I think Rich will. Each person that participates, you'll say like, hey, this is what I collect. And so the other person knows like, okay, he's looking for, you're not going to get hockey cards and soccer cards if you're a baseball card collector. So don't worry about that. So we'll also have information in the Hobby Evolution Facebook page. I would drop the link in here, but I haven't updated. I forgot my password because I was going through all that stuff last week with Facebook. So I need to get that so I can drop the link. So just type in Hobby Evolution on Facebook and drop in. There's always great conversation going on in there anyway, so just do that. So Couch People Christmas Party, obviously I'll be giving more details as we get closer. Red Light 34, what's happening? Hey, I do know a couple people are looking for, they want couch holders, couch card holders. I know Merle is one of them. I don't think Merle's in here this morning, but they tried emailing you and your email didn't work. What is it? Red Light 34, like it's spelled on your screen name. And I think that might be the hang up. Is it Red Light 34, but the I is a 1? So Merle is looking for you. So if you and Merle can hook up, he wants a couch holder. Uncle Rich says our like percent is like a pitcher batting, which is why we now have universal DH. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. Do the spiel as we approach 2K. There you go. George says, based on my hobbies, I need a 42-bedroom house to not have multiple personalities. I know it's very hard. It's very hard to not have the multiple personalities. Andy, what's up? Good morning. Herman says, George, that's why it's good to not to have an inside hobby and an outdoor hobby. There you go. George says he's got too many irons in the fire. Are there farms in Korea? I can't see Korea being like a very rural. It seems like Korea is very congested. Like you're on top of each other. NYC Life, what's happening? Good morning to you. eBay sales have slowed down a lot the past few weeks. Unless you got the 2023 NFL rookie autos on the low, it's maybe a slow winter for eBay sales on cards. It is slower than anticipated. You know, again, my store is basically predominantly baseball. That's why I'm kind of pivoting what I'm listing. So I've got I listed the last batch I listed was wrestling. I'm going to be listing some more WWE Prism and then the AEW metal that I ripped last night. You know, kind of putting my focus toward football since we're in football season. I'm still hesitant on listing basketball because it's such a soft market. But the baseball market is really soft. And a lot of people will say, well, it's the playoffs. There should be, you know, there's the playoff push. There's not a playoff push unless somebody hits like multiple home runs, like Randy Arozarena a couple years ago. If somebody like really breaks out, then you're going to see the playoff bump. Otherwise, this is like the deadest time, like more dead, like the holiday, you'll have a holiday bump. January is when the baseball speculation bump begins. So right now is like the slowest time. If you do have new products are always going to entice. So fortunately, next week, I've got my Topps Pro Debut. I did order a case. So I do have a case of Topps Pro Debut coming. That'll give me a nice little new product bump next week. So yeah, sales are definitely slow. It's slower than I even expected. So hopefully, I looked at last October and I don't know. I'll have to go through my paperwork to see what I bought last October to see why I had such a significant, because October was one of my best months in 2022. But I think I also bought for gross sales, but I think I also bought new product. Like Heritage Minor League might have came out in October. October, I think, was a pretty busy month for new stuff. I don't think I bought any like big bulk purchases or collections in October of last year. But right now, October is like through the first 10 days, my October is kind of in line similar to July. And July, I was out of town like 10 days. Like 1/3 of the month of July, I was not even home. And the other 2/3, I was in the process of moving my business from one location to another. So having now set up and have like an efficient working space, and I'm still on pace to be right, and it's slightly higher than my July. My October projections right now are slightly higher than what I did in July. I expect to see some bumps along the way good bumps along the way in October, especially with my pro debut coming up next week. So that'll give me a good bump. And my expenses for pro debut, those were expensed in September or possibly even August. So those are already figured into, that month's numbers. So it's basically, not free money, but for the month of October, it's sandbagged. So yeah, I have noticed my impressions are way down, sales are down. It's hopefully it's temporary and things kind of turn, because it's super slow. But October traditionally is a very slow month, especially if you focus on baseball. Talking Tatis, what's up? Good morning. Great job. Thank you. Thanks for calling in yesterday. James, what's up? Stadium Club got moved back. Yeah, we touched on that last night. Stadium Club is delayed until 2024. They canceled Topps canceled pre-orders, and somebody in the chat last night said that they also gave like a $35 bonus or something, $35 credit maybe, for those that ordered Stadium Club. I think they cited quality issues, which could be a number of things. Look at how many issues Topps has had. These are not friends. These are not marketing ploys. These are just Topps fucking things up. They are not geniuses at market. And actually, what they're doing would not be genius marketing. It would be shitty marketing. But these are not ploys. These are just, we fucked up again. So that's why Stadium Club likely is pushed back. Could be they put extra one of ones in their Stadium Club. Maybe they left out the short prints again, like they did last year with Topps Update. They're just fucking a lot of shit up. These are not like, ooh, let's see how we can trick our customer base today. Ooh. So yeah, Stadium Club got moved back. And the thing is, as much as I love Stadium Club, I never buy it. Isn't that weird? Like, I love Stadium Club. Like, what card looks the best? Oh, Stadium Club. Love them. What product do you not buy? Stadium Club. I don't know why. I think it's probably timing. And it's not a product that I enjoy opening. I love the cards. Maybe if I bought them, I would enjoy it. But I guess I won't try it this year, right? I'll wait till next year. Uncle Rich says Orioles are bye-bye birdie. Bye-bye birdies. Rangers beat the crap out of the O's, and I hate it. Although maybe Evan Carter's up with Texas, maybe I'll dig those out. And I mean, a lot of who I root for in the playoffs is based on who I have, in my inventory or I have cards of. I have a lot of Adley, I have a lot of Orioles, and I think because the Orioles were so good this year, I sold a lot of Orioles cards. So whenever I would see Orioles, it's like, ooh, I can move these really easy on eBay. So I think that was probably had part to do with it, but they are fun to watch. Like, it's not just because I want to sell cards. I like young talent. That's what she said. It's fun baseball to watch. But apparently not, at least in the postseason for the Orioles. Good morning, Johnny Boy Cards. James says retail is good for certain cards, Topps Update and Flagship Topps, Bowman and Stadium Club Chrome. There's always an asterisk. There is an asterisk on retail, which I'm going to talk about. Retail is, for the most part, it's trash. It's let's just dive right into it. Topps Update's okay. Topps Update's okay. There's been some good. There's been some really shitty years. 2020, stay away. 2020. I don't think 2021 was very good. 2022 was great. 2018 was amazing. From a reselling standpoint, if you can get even Allen and Ginter is one of the worst retail buys unless you get it a day before release or the day of release. You know, if you go and Ginter has been out, what, 2 weeks now? If you go today, how much did I buy? I think I bought $120 worth of blasters because I think they're $25. So, or 110. Maybe I bought 4 blasters. No, I bought 5. So whatever that is, $130 after tax. And I think I sold 300. I think my gross sales were 350 to 400 on $130 of Ginter. But I got it the day before, you know, it was on the shelf a day before the official street date. If you go today and buy 5 blasters, $130, you might not make half of that back if you list it all on eBay. And of course, like if you pull something big, and I didn't pull anything big. I think I did get the Yadier Molina framed relic. It's still sitting in my eBay store. I had it, and I had to drop the price because I had it the before release day price, so I had to drop it. But I haven't even taken any offers on it. So timing is everything. Retail can still be, and also, by the way, Ginter is a $25 box. I think this AEW metal was $40. Also, I don't know anything about AEW metal. Like I did kind of look some things up. I think there were a couple cards that, you know, might sell for like $10. So that makes things better. Like baseball, I can identify, okay, this I can move. Bowman is a great retail product because hobby is so expensive. I'll clear shelves of Bowman and I don't leave any for the kids. Bowman's a great retail product, but Bowman mega boxes used to be great when they were $20, even $30. And I'm like, man, I'd pay $40 for these. 40 is kind of the tipping point. It's like, I'll buy a lot less. When they were 20, I would clear shelves of Bowman mega boxes. Give me every one you got. Then when they went to 30, I bought all of them. When they went to 40, I'm going to be a little more picky. And I'll buy, you know, say there's 20 on the shelf, I'll buy 8. When they went to 45, and then they it's not even just prospects anymore. I think the base have mega box refractors. It's like hard pass. 2023 Bowman Chrome mega boxes were just released. I think people are starting to get them delivered this week. Hard pass, not touching it. So it's gone to trash. It's gone. Some of this stuff has gone to trash, which used to be a bargain, but that's how it works sometimes. You know, you spend, and what did I buy? Donruss Elite. Let me go get the receipt because it's bothering me. Okay, so I was way off. The AEW was $30, not $40. So WWE or they actually list these as WWE cards. They're AEW. Come on. $29.98. NHL cards. The hockey medal was also $29.98. Donruss Elite was $27.48. Okay, that's a little easier. $40 is way, you know, that would make it trash. Damn it. So I just completely debated myself. So this isn't as bad as I thought. $30 is I can swallow that pill. $30 is an easier pill to swallow. You know, I think 40 is a little too much for what you get. You know, if they gave you a few more, an extra pack, 2 extra packs, some extra cards than what they were, makes it a little easier to swallow. So, and I don't know, like this Donruss Elite, this is what I open, and you only get like 28 cards. Yeah, because I think there's 7 packs, 4 cards each. You know, I did get a numbered card. I got an Aaron Donald, you know, defensive player. You don't want defensive players. Serial number to 625. You know, probably a few bucks. A spellbound Jalen Hurts. You know, this I might be able to get $5 for that. Outside of that, even like the base, I didn't get much base. I got a Kenny Pickett base. I did get a Dalton Kincaid green rookie. That's probably a few bucks. He's actually somebody that sells, and I know that from Bowman U. He's in Bowman U, and I've sold some Bowman U of Dalton Kincaid. Outside of that, I got a Joe Burrow green, which is probably a couple bucks. So 27.48, and I'll probably gross 15 bucks, maybe 20 if I'm lucky, and that's gross sales on those. Which is, I think that's fair. I think that's fair. 20 bucks on a $28 purchase, because there is entertainment in that. Because I mean, $8 to open and have fun. And it's like, I mean, how many people piss away money on Powerball? Where's Low Roller Scratcher? Look at how many skill games. He just pisses away the money on skill games and Powerball. At least you get something for this. A lottery ticket you just have to throw away. You piss away $8. How much does a lottery ticket cost? Is it more or less than $8? So I figure, hey, you get $20 worth of cards, you get $8 worth of entertainment. That's a good deal. Here I am. I'm talking about retail being trash, and I'm arguing against it. Go buy retail. How about that? For some reason, I thought those AEW boxes came up at $40. I'm glad they didn't. So speaking of, what really pisses me off is when the alarm goes off. It doesn't bother me now. I just like keep walking. Like if it goes off, like I am not one of those anti self-checkout people. I prefer self-checkout at Walmart and Target. I hate self-checkout at grocery stores because it's like, what do you have? Bananas. If I have like produce, you have to weigh it. You have to go find it. If it doesn't have the barcode on it, it's like, son of a bitch. Like, I don't want to do this work. But people are like, they should be paying me to check myself out. No, it's to save you time. Time is money, remember? Do you want to stand in line for a half an hour to wait for a checkout? No. I'd rather stand in line for a half an hour than check out myself. Well, you're a moron then. You're pissing away 30 minutes. Like you're pissing away $30 on a blaster box. So anyway, I get these boxes. There was a gentleman at the door. Kink in my neck. Gentleman at the door. And normally, if I don't like I made eye contact, I said, have a nice day. So when the alarm went off, I felt the need to like turn and look back. Oh, do you have to look at my bag? It's like, Jesus Christ. I had to check these out myself. Do your damn whoever. And I make sure like they're like demagnetized or whatever, but they never work. Those demagnetizers never work. So I just turned and looked at him and he's like, I'm like, come on, man. So I like stood there. He's like, oh, you got to walk in here. I'm like, come on, man. So so I'm just going to like, you got to come out into the parking lot and you got to tackle me, man. You got to come and chase me. Like not only, come on, Walmart. Here I am on my soapbox. Not only are you asking me to check out myself, but now when I walk through the doors because your fucking machines don't work right, the alarm goes off. Now your lazy ass employee isn't going to get up and walk to me. I have to walk back to him and open my bag like a thief. Here, I didn't steal anything. You happy? Can I go? Piss off, Walmart. So now they're just going to have, Walmart, you're going to have to tackle my ass. So that's how we're going to play this game now. If I have to check out and your shit doesn't work right, you got to come tackle me. That's where it's come to this. It's come to this. But the thing is, even if I go to like the one checkout that has a person working it, they don't scan. It's just They're frucking. Their shit just doesn't work. Doesn't matter what's demagnetizing. And I used to say, because it used to just bother the shit out of me, like it kind of is now. And I'd be like, can you please make sure that's demagnetized so it doesn't trip the alarms? Oh, of course. Because they used to be more like proactive at like making sure you're not stealing shit. And now it's just like, yeah, they always go off. It's like the boy who cried wolf. It's like, yeah. I'm surprised this guy was like, because usually they just wave you on. Like sometimes I'll look back. Usually I just like eyes forward, come get me. Come get me. All right, moving on. Shane says, oh yeah, trash. Be right back. You bet. Mark, good morning. Congrats. Thank you. Talking Tatis says it was nice getting to see people's faces yesterday. It makes the community real, a good mix of personalities. Yes, absolutely. Value box diggers in the house. I'm going to take a wild guess and say that if you type couch people Xmas party in YouTube, you wouldn't need to know. You wouldn't need to go to your channel first. We probably are the only ones that have done. That's a good point. If you just type in couch people Christmas party in YouTube, it'll probably take you to the same spot. Tina's in the house. What's up? Wish I was able to listen yesterday. You can listen on replay. There you go. Listen on replay. George, what's up? A lot of farms, but they are just smaller than back home. Aha. Let's see. Carlo Does Vintage says the jewel of my collection is a statue of 1876 Hartford Dark Blues. The only other team with such statue from NL first season are the Cubs. I do not have one. No, I do not have one. 1876 National League. Red light is in the crane. Today, Topps update should be out. Oh, yeah, it's Topps update week. Topps update week. Today, see, my stores don't get stocked until the one Walmart was stocked when I got Ginter was a Thursday. So maybe I'll pop over tomorrow to see if they get any Topps updated. Carlo Does Vintage says buying retail blasters equals having to list a shit ton of dollar cards to cover the cost. Fun, but work intensive. Absolutely. And that's like what I do full time. So it's, for me, it's just another day at the office. So, but yeah, I get it. Like if you're like a hit, if you're not going to piss around with less than $5 cards, then certainly retail's, a losing for you. And I think that's why I get a lot of good stuff in the Goodwill pallets, because people buy all this retail and it's like, I don't want, even if it's color, like this, like if whoever donates to Goodwill, like this Joe Burrow would be in a box and probably like that entire pack. Well, the Aaron Dow, they'd probably keep the serial numbers, although I found some serial numbers in the Goodwill pallets. But that's the type of stuff, because they're not pissing around with $2 cards, $5 cards. Herman says, I've stopped buying any boxes or packs. Now I only buy the stuff I want after someone else pulls it. There you go. There you go. I still enjoy opening just because it's entertainment for me. It's entertainment. I do enjoy the rip. $20 on Burger King. We should have ran a Powerball pool last night. There you go. Joe Caprino, episode 1001, Bo rants against Walmart. Yes, Walmart. Walmart wants to check your bag even if you check out with a person. So dumb. So the Walmart that I was at is the only one around here. So there's 3 Walmarts that I go to fairly regularly. The one that I was at yesterday where they're like, let me check your bag. They're the only ones that I've seen check bags. And it's typically like, this was the first time that I've like shown them my bag. I'm sure the alarm has went off because I've bought cards there a lot. But I have seen them checking receipts on like big carts, which I can understand, because here's the thing. Like I kind of understand where they're coming from with this, because how many times is there like when I was in Macomb, like it happened a couple times where people would go in and like shop and like go through the self-checkout and out and like leave with a cart full of groceries and TVs, and like they just walked out of the store and nobody caught them. So like I can kind of understand checking receipts, like not like, oh, make sure you're not stealing a can of ravioli or something, but just to make sure, kind of like the Costco method. Like Nobody complains about Costco. Why do we get upset when Walmart does it, but we don't care about Costco? Same thing. Costco checks our receipts, and it's just like, it's the name of the game. I think it's because it's new, and we don't like new. Walmart thinks I'm stealing. They're checking my receipt, but Costco does it every day. Every single receipt checked. Brian, what's up? You hit 1,000. Sorry, I missed it. Thank you, sir. I got the urge to rip again, but I think I'm staying away from retail. Let's do lunch. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, retail. I mean, Brian opened a bunch of retail, came over a couple weeks ago, and it was kind of a bust. You did get that Mike Trout that you made a nice little coin on. But yeah, retail's kind of a bust. I don't even really know what I got in my retail. I bought 4 blasters yesterday and not a single baseball blaster. I bought a hockey. I bought hockey. Skybox metal. I'm like, oh, it's going to be fun. I like Skybox metal. And it's like, I don't, yeah, they're cool cards, but I don't know anything about this. So I'll put those in my eBay store with the exception of the Washington Capitals, which I'm setting aside for my buddy East Coast Tom. I didn't pull a single Washington Capital until the last pack, and there were, I think, 2 cards in the last pack. Where in the hell did they go? Anyway. So, and then the football, and then the AEW. AEW, I actually scanned in the AEW as we were live last night, so I'll be loading those into my eBay store here this morning. Kyle's in the house. What's up? Good morning. So that's what I had for today. Was there anything I wanted to touch? Oh, the liquor store. Yeah, the liquor store. So I went to the liquor store, had to get some spotted cow. Oh, and this is why I was talking about Kelly's Market earlier. So I'm like, I could go to Kelly's Market, but I'm already out and about running some errands. I don't want to go to Kelly's Market. I want to go to World of Beer? No, World of Beer is the restaurant. Total Wine. It's like freaking Walmart for alcohol. So I went in, got my spotted cow, and I'm like, I can't just come in here for spotted cow because they have so many good beers. So I'm just looking, and I found like the grandpa aisle. There's Schlitz, Grain Belt, Narragansett, PBR. What else was there? Like all the grandpa beers. Hams. I took pictures of some of them. Let's see. Where's my pictures? Schlitz, Grain Belt, Blatz. That's the one I was forgetting. Blatz, PBR, Hams, and then there's this one. Beer for Humans. I don't even know who makes that. I bet Brian knows. Beer for Humans. Rheingeist Brewery. It's only 4.5% ABV. It's bright and crisp. It's an easy hop ale. I don't like hop. If it says hop, I don't like it. Beer for Humans. 15 cans. Rheingeist Brewery. Don't know where that's at, but it sounds like it's way up north. I'm just going to guess it's way up north. I wonder if it's in Rheingeist. Maybe it's in Rhinelander. Shane says 4 people were stopped by Mr. Bag Checker yesterday at my Walmart. Just let us go home. Retro domestics are back, popping up in a lot of places. Retro is in, man. Retro is in. It's in beer now. It's in beer. So, let's see. Rheingeist is from Ohio. They make some good stuff. Interesting. I would have never bet. I would have thought that was like a Northwoods brewery. Big Harv says we call them a lawnmower beer. Yeah, we have. In fact, brewery in Verona and Fitchburg, Hop House. Hop House had a beer called Sweet Sunglasses, and that's what they called it. It was like their advertising was, it's the perfect beer for mowing the lawn or something like that. And I'm like, hey, that's the kind of beer I want to buy. It was a hot summer day. Do some yard work, drink some beer. It's not really. Like some of the beers that advertise like that, it's like, no, it doesn't cut it. It doesn't cut it. So Sweet Sunglasses was not really, it's not like something that I would want to do yard work and, I'll stick to Coors Light, Bud Light for those. So my trip to the liquor store. So I ended up with my Spotted Cow, and then I got what was the other? It's a cream ale. I don't even know. It's a cream ale. And I can't think of what brewery it is. So Wisconsin. Maybe Brian, are you still? Let me give you hints on what beer I got. It's a cream ale. It's from Wisconsin. I think the box had MKE on it, so which is Milwaukee, obviously. But I can't think of what brewery. I'm gonna have to Google. I could just get up and go to the fridge. MKE cream ale. There it is. I found it. Milwaukee Brewing Company. It's Outboard Cream Ale. Yeah, it's like, oh, a boat. This sounds fun. Untapped gives it a ranking of 3.5 out of 5 with 21,000 ratings. Oof. That's not very, 3.5 doesn't seem like a good grade. What's Beer Advocate say? It's got 4 stars, 79 on Beer Advocate. Let's see. Let's just read one. There's some like, man, you think we're nerds on baseball cards, man. The beer nerds, man. Brian, I think you're probably a beer nerd. Brian's a beer nerd. But man, some of these like reviews are like, like too deep for me. So here's the first review of Outboard Cream Ale from Beer Advocate. It's a 3.6 grade out of 5. And you break it down. The look, they rank it a 3.5. The smell, a 3.5. The taste gets a little better, 3.75. The feel is a 3.5. Les DeWitt for beer from Minnesota ranks this 3.5 out of 5. 12-ounce can into a Becker glass. Am I pronouncing that correctly? The look, he says, pours 99% clear yellow with a thin, soapy, lightly fizzy white head that quickly goes to edge foam. Large, steady carbo bubbles, no lacing. What the fuck does that mean? The smell, it's a sweet malted milk balls, cereal grains, apple. Sounds delicious. Taste, all right, now we're getting somewhere. Apple cereal grains, a hint of toffee, toasted caramel malts, light citrus, light peach, gentle sweet malts in the finish and aftertaste. Lightly sweet overall. Okay. The feel, lightly crisp, then gently creamy, medium light body with a medium length clean finish. And finally, the overall grade, a good tasting and crushable cream ale. Although it isn't as creamy as others I've had, it is good in its style. And that's like all the reviews are like that. It's like, what? Brian says 3.5 is a respectable beer. I think of 2.5 out of 5 as average, which I wouldn't normally drink. Anything 3.5 and above, I would drink more often. That's how I think of it. I like that. You've simplified it for me. You have laid things out in layman terms. I am a lay beer person. I just drink beer. So 3 point, is that the overall? So what's the score? So they give it a score of 79. So I guess, do I have to do math on this? What's a 3 point? Is that a, so what would, on a 5 scale, what's 3.5? Shit. See, I'm not good in the morning with math. Oh, 3.43. So what's 3 point? So what's 79? Oh shit, no. 3.5 divided by 5. 7. So 79 would be above a 3.5. Okay. So that's what I had for today. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel. We'll be back at it tomorrow morning. It's Thursday. Tomorrow is Thursday, not Friday. Tomorrow is Thursday. So we'll be back on 7 a.m. Central. Friday is the free-for-all. We'll play some Name That Player on Friday morning. Saturday, there will be a live show on Saturday morning, and then I've got to hit the road. I'll be seeing Kyle on Saturday, dropping off some NASCAR. No show on Sunday. I'll be out of town. I've got a wedding Saturday, so no show on Sunday, and then we'll be back on Monday morning. So, like, subscribe. See you tomorrow.